Hello and welcome to Darius Movie Review, and today we will review, what's the first? Let's review Ginger Snaps today. Ginger Snaps. So, hello, I'm Dario, I'm 38, I draw comics for a living and illustrations. Check out my Instagram if you want, or my other YouTube channels, link down below. At the end of this video, I will also try to sell some cool games and comics to you. But let me first introduce myself, and then we start in the recommendation and review of Ginger Snaps from the 2000s, a high school teenage werewolf movie. Well, for illustrations, let's see what I have on my calendar this month. I drew yesterday this, a future comic of mine, Rock and Roll Vampire Hunter. If you like what you see, this is the kind and type of stuff I dig. Very Tarantino, very 80s, 90s, cool stuff, you know? Not the shit we had the past 20 to 30 years. So that's why you're watching this channel. We're starting to build trust again. So, Ginger Snaps from the 2000s. Who am I? 38, Dario Duranto. I went to movie school because there was no comic school. Now I'm creating a comic school online, and probably also a movie school. Why? Because I don't want to say I was the best in my school or at my school. I wouldn't go that far and be that arrogant, but I have to say I was a special kid. And the reasons for that probably I have an innate sensibilities to spot good movies, to spot good things, to know about life. And the other reason is definitely trauma and just spending tons of time in front of the TV. But that's what it is, so let's capitalize on it. Ginger Snaps from the year 2000. So, what's the movie and the story about? Directors, actors. Let's keep this kind of short. So, it's a movie that was released 2000s. It's called Ginger Snaps, and it's about Ginger and her sister, and they're teenagers. They go to high school in an American small town, and it is a good-looking movie. I think it's a low-budget movie, but that shouldn't stop you from watching the movie. And it has tons of practical effects, and it's a werewolf comedy drama. I don't know. No, it's a 90s movies. A 90s movies where action, where decent or good writing, cool practical effects, cool action, and it's all in this movie. So it's about Ginger. She's kind of a blonde hottie, but she's kind of the nerd side, and her sister is a full-blown nerd. So they come from a low-income household, so they're practically trash, nerds, outcasts, which we love watching, to rise to the top and eat the rich. Same going on here. And they get bullied in school, and somehow at night they get bitten by a werewolf in a very cool scene. Like this movie, we will come to the camera work, to the actors, to the music. Well, let's come right now to it. Watch it. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. If you don't like it, skip it, but you will like it. So at night, Ginger gets then bitten by a werewolf, and she doesn't know. Like it's not very clear that it was a werewolf. She just gets assaulted by a guy, but she doesn't really know. She doesn't really remember. Her sister finds her somewhere, and Ginger starts to change from this definitely pretty nerd girl to a very I don't know what she's getting popular, and she's getting more confident and all of that stuff, and that's really cool to see how she changes. But she also changes then physically so slowly into something she doesn't want to be. Now that I'm thinking, it's kind of like The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. similar themes going on, only that this is in an American small town with teenagers. Really cool. I don't know what else is there to say. Themes of the movie definitely like growing up, being an outcast, the monster inside, the monster outside, being bullied, becoming someone that takes revenge or heals something. It's about change. It's about going from disempowerment to empowerment, and all these themes are very subtle. So it's definitely a popcorn movie, but it's very heartfelt. Whoever wrote this had a pretty good feeling for writing, camera work, for music, for the action. It ends with a big bang, with a big fight, and it's just a fun movie. Go watch it. I will create a cool thumbnail and cool titles, so 100,000 people are gonna see it. If you wanna buy something from me, check out my Noir Werewolf game. It's pretty much the werewolf game you know, only much cooler. If you wanna learn how to make comics, go and check out the link for Dario's Comic School. If you wanna buy comics, check the links down below. If you wanna see my trading card game that I'm creating, check out the End Times TCG. And it's pretty much what the question is, what if Magic the Gathering would happen in the 90s? So you see movies, comics, stories, trading cards all meshed together. That's my business. See you in the next movie. In the next video.